And we're live. Hey everyone, welcome to another special episode of MMA and Coffee, the series that I just started last fight, which is Watch the Fights with Me. So last time I did the entire card, it was like a 5-hour stream, way too long. So now what I'm going to do is just main cards and we'll see how it goes. All right, so the first fight coming up is Mike Perry against Max Griffin. Should be a good fight. Let's see. One second, I gotta sign in with my cable network to watch on my computer. Okay. Gotta sign in with my TV provider real quick. So yeah, last broadcast was way too long and it was hard for me to even stay in it. Allow pop-ups. It's still saying I'm not logged in, so thank goodness the fight's not starting just yet. So I got time to log in real quick. Let's see. Still saying I'm not logged in, so log in. Okay, let me try to refresh now. It's still not saying I'm logged in. This is so weird. It's saying I'm enjoying Preview Pass.
You're the last one to fight. You see people getting dragged in, dragged out. It's a crazy feeling.
Every fighter wants to be in this position. You start your career, you slowly work your way up. Finally, you're fighting on the biggest fight card available. But how are you going to handle that? Are you going to crumble? Are you going to prevail? Tonight, we'll see if Josh Emmett has the goods.
All right, let's talk about Josh Emmett here first.
We will, because this is a big step up for him.
Join the UFC, and already he's in the top 5 and within this much of a title shot. How did he get here this quickly?
Well, here's a guy that contemplated retirement. If he didn't get knocked down since inside the first round. Then, fast forward to December, he faced former title challenger Ricardo Lamas, and he knocked him out. When I say knocked him out, look at that right there. He knocked him out cold. Now he is ranked number 4.
We're talking about a brand new rebuilt Jeremy Stephens in the sense that he has rebuilt the way he trains his mind. He's rebuilt the way he trains his cardio. He's changed the pad holders around him. He's changed a lot of the teammates around him. He's still got the base that he's always had at Alliance MMA and some of his old friends and old teammates, but at the same time, he's made big moves into his mental game to really be prepared for the biggest echelon in the world, the best competition. He's as sharp as he's ever been, and he's always looking for the knockout, and that's what makes him a fan favorite.
Well, Jeremy Stephens is walking to the octagon tonight for the 28th time. Think about that. That is absolutely ridiculous. He has had 18 KOs and 13 first-round finishes. Always a lot of action.
We're going to get your official predictions a little bit later, but considering Jeremy Stephens is your teammate in Alliance MMA, I think we know which way you're going to go. We'll ask the folks at home, though, which way are you going? Join the poll here. It's a simple question. Who's going to win the main event, Josh Emmett or Jeremy Stephens? Open up that Twitter app on your phone, go to @UFC on Fox, and vote right now. We'll have the results of that right before the main event. But first, how about the rules of the Octagon? Sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. 3 judges score each bout, all of which will consist of 3 5-minute rounds, except our main event, which is scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. The winner of each round must get 10 points with his or her opponent scoring 9 or fewer. Scoring is based first on effective striking and grappling, followed by aggression, and then octagon control in that order. One quick note before we get started. The Florida State Boxing Commission has adopted the new unified rules of MMA, and we will not have the use of instant replay. All fighters and their camps have been made aware. All right, time to get the main card kicked off. Let's get it back down octagon side, where John Anik and the light heavyweight champion of the world, Daniel Cormier, will take us from here.
All right, Kurt, thank you very much. Must be a big night of Menifees in the building. And what better way to start, champ, than with the local, the guy many of these fans have paid to see tonight, Platinum Mike Perry taking on Max Payne Griffin.
This is going to be a crazy fight.
Down favorite, he draws a fellow finisher in Max Payne Griffin.
He is explosive, he's learning, he's getting better.
Down goes Reyes and out! Platinum Mike Perry!
Strong dude, he walks through everything, just gets a hold of you and puts you out.
I want to ask y'all whose life y'all want me to ruin next.
Punch!
I've been trying to fight Mike Perry forever. He's a great fighter. He's coming with the heat. So when I heard that I was getting my shot, I was pumped. He's like a bully. What happens when you bully the bully? They don't like that too much. They don't know what to do. He's not going to know what to do. This win will put me up there. I'm going to finish Mike Perry.
Max Griffin is just another tally mark on that list. To me, that's all he is. I appreciate you showing up to the fight, to come to my home city. I respect you because you got some balls for that. You know what kind of fighter I am. I see what kind of fighter he is. He's got chin and grit, heart. He does it because he loves it, but I don't think he knows how far it can go. When I start ripping your face open with my hands, people usually look for a way out.
He's hurt Perry looking to finish! Right here, hands all over! Mike Perry!
Mike Perry acts like he's shot out of a cannon. He's a bomb slinger. Aggression is his game plan. Max Griffin is a fighter with incredible finishing ability. 6 first-round finishes, 5 in under a minute. Both guys so badly want to make their name at 170 pounds.
It's going to be a firefight. He's been elbowing people. I'm the bust him up with his own stuff. I'm quick, I'm sharp, I'm smart, and I'll never quit. Never quit, die on my shield.
I guarantee I will explode. I will let loose. I cannot contain it. It has to come out.
Coming up to kick off.
So the streaming on Fox website is not as good as Fox Sports. I don't know why.
The stakes are high out there. This rivalry now is not only on the racetrack, it's inside of each one of their heads. Talk about iconic names.
NHRA Arizona Nationals from Phoenix, Sunday at 6:30 Eastern on FS1.
College fans are goofy and delusional. They're off their rocker.
Take it down. What a play.
College football is a great product. Sports doesn't get any better than that.
Can. Can't. Come on. You can do it. Can. Can't.
They kind of do it, Jimmy.
Tell me what you think of this.
I can't do it.
Carrie, you're not yourself. Something is going on.
The country is in free fall. You will not make this about my illness.
We cannot let recent events derail the work of this nation.
This is a political machine stealing the country.
All it takes is one wrong move and people start dying.
Think I'm the problem? This is happening.
Homeland, new season. Only on Showtime. Start your free trial.
Go. Yes! Nice play.
Still buffering. Too. What happened? Hey, Joy, you should let your new pals know that according to a leading independent study, the most awarded network is now best in streaming.
I think you just did.
You both can get a much better view of the game on the iPhone on Verizon Unlimited.
Thanks. Hey, Thomas, when's your flight?
Someone stole my watch.
Hey! Unlimited is only as good as the network it's on. So get the best unlimited on the most awarded network. And right now, when you buy iPhone 8, you'll get one on us with no trade-in required.
4 more brake jobs.
3 more classes to teach.
2 more yards.
Help.
Low battery? Grab a 5-hour energy and get back to 100%.
I'm back.
I'm back to 100%.
5-hour energy. Get back to 100%.
Versus Stevens. And now, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, Fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 13 wins, 4 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of Sacramento, California, Max Payne Griffin! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 11 wins, 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 170.5 pounds. Fighting out of Orlando, Florida, Platinum Mike Perry! And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Andrew Glenn.
Andrew Glenn, our referee for this one. The beautiful Ariane Celeste on hand. Thank you, AC. Platinum Mike Perry says...
Alright, here we go. Hopefully I can fix the streaming in a second. Right now it's got me on a preview pass.
Mike Perry in gray, Max Payne Griffin in black.
J.A., I say to my boys on Team Cormier in Vegas, watching right now on The Ultimate Fighter. Strap in, boys. This is going to be a good one.
This might be a short one.
Max Griffin says he believes Mike Perry is...
So the way you fight Perry is outside fight him. You don't want to get in the pocket and trade, because he's kind of a brawler.
Longer guys, you saw the 5-inch reach advantage.
Perry's walking.
Ooh, Perry's already been cut.
Perry's walking him down as he normally does.
Perry's loading up.
Right there, on his horse, kind of running a little bit, but as Perry said,
Griffin's countering with his right, but it's short, really short and crisp.
Looked like it was a glancing right hand from Max Griffin 30 seconds ago that caused that cut.
Griffin needs to be careful circling to his left, which is Perry's overhand right.
That right hand barely missed by Perry.
As expected, sorry DC, a high octane start to this one.
Yep, right away. Griffin needs to fight behind his jab.
Ooh,
He has to get that jab in the face.
good counter.
Perry's got the body lock. We'll see if he can take Griffin down.
That's it. Interesting. Perry went to clinch with him. Griffin's got to be careful of elbow, though.
Girlfriend Danielle Nickerson calling for some knees out of Mike here in the clinch. Right on cue. Perry chants loud and proud here in Orlando tonight. Just over 3 minutes to go in this first round.
Good start so far for Max Griffin. Very active from the outside.
Nice leg kick. Yeah, I'm impressed with Griffin so far. So he countered Perry's left jab with the overhand right, and he's circling the right way. But I just noticed Perry's actually doing a good job of cutting off. He's not chasing, he's cutting him off.
Even Griffin acknowledged with me, Santiago Ponzinibbio got a lot done with the leg kicks. Perry was limping out of there after that last fight. Perhaps Griffin trying to take a page out of Ponzinibbio's book in this one.
Griffin doing a good job of just not being where Perry expects him to be so far. Good outside leg kick by Mike Perry.
Mike Perry comes in with some credentials. Second highest knockdown rate in welterweight history, averaging nearly 2 knockdowns per 15 minutes.
Big jab just landed from Max Griffin there.
Ooh, good head movement.
Perry, but unable to land his own offense on the comeback.
That was a real nice thought by Mike Perry. He threw left jab, tried to
Ooh, Griffin's making Perry pay every time he comes in with counters.
as the fight goes longer,
Griffin's got nice tight boxing.
Body kick lands for Perry, and now attacking the other side. Perry says he used to fight because he was angry and broke. Now he fights because he feels a responsibility not just to himself but to his team to produce for them, especially here at home tonight. And I know you can relate to that.
Yes, you got to represent your team. Max Griffin is getting a lot of good work done right now. He just landed a right hand up top, then a right hand to the
He's
body.
mixing it really well. Oh!
Right hand right there by Griffin.
Yeah. Literally every time Perry throws a strike, Griffin hits him with 1 or 2 strikes afterwards. He's making him pay every time he commits to a strike.
Being first in all the exchanges.
Less than a minute now to go in round 1. It has been a strong start for the underdog Max Payne Griffin. 23-5 and counting on these significant strikes.
There's a speed difference too.
It's because Mike Perry's looking for the big shot. He needs to let his offense set up the big shot. Max Griffin is too tough to just get taken out.
Oh! So Perry went for a head kick. Griffin took his back.
I mean, that is the best case scenario for Max Griffin to how to finish a round, right?
Oh, good job by Perry.
Get a takedown as the round ends, but look at Perry. Changing with his own takedown, and now he has his back.
Well, Perry told everyone who would listen this week, I
got double underhooks.
I don't always lean on it. A lot of blood from that cut, but not in the
Even though Perry got the takedown in his back,
and it looks like Perry.
Ooh, mount. But
at the end of the round, 5 minutes down, Mike Perry.
I give that to Griffin, man. Way more damage. He hardly got hit at all. Yeah, so Griffin did really good at not standing still. He had great head movement. He was circling the right way. And every time Perry went for a strike, he'd counter him. He'd counter and then use a lot of lateral movement. Very impressed with his strategy so far.
Our soccer.
Can. Can't. Come on, you can do it. Can. Can't.
We kind of do it, Jimmy.
Tell me what you think of this.
I can't do it.
Back to live action here in Orlando, Florida. Platinum Mike Perry and Max Payne Griffin. Very urgent corner for Perry between rounds. And they were saying a lot of things you were saying. Quit stalking him. Let him come to you and stop loading up on the power shots. Your power's there. You don't have to force it.
Yeah, let the power come. Don't try to force it. And also, you keep throwing those kicks. They're landing. But now, let the kicks come from behind something. They feel as though Mike Perry was hurt. He got hit with a big right hand there.
Man, I'm really impressed by Griffin.
Max Griffin. Him in this corner got to feel pretty good about the way that round went.
Oh!
His confidence was unshakable this week. Not surprising.
Perry's going for single leg kicks and getting countered with overhand right.
Been there for Griffin. And he has not only outthrown
literally every strike Perry throws, he's getting hit
jab lands true yet again.
In return.
And he's landing clean shots. That's a credit to how good of a chin Mike Perry has. Because he's getting hit with some big shots right now. And it's because Max Griffin is throwing combinations.
But Griffin's not loading up on his strikes. They're short, crisp. Perry does have a good chin though. I've seen him get hit with a bunch of strikes.
That Max Griffin hasn't done that he said he was going to do.
It's a nice jab by Griffin.
A lot of success with his kicks, and he would try to follow that game plan. He has not thrown many kicks. He's been predominantly boxing against Mike Perry.
All right, let's check in with the red corner of Platinum Mike Perry.
He's stronger than he's going to grab him. He's strong.
Yeah, keep him there. Push him up against the cage. Show him that strength.
You got to push him against the cage, Mike.
Yeah, he can't really just push him against the cage because he's getting countered.
Break that leg.
So perhaps Perry will be forced to lean on the grappling a little bit here tonight. Clearly, the corner would like to see him use that fence to his advantage.
Even if he's not securing takedowns, just when he's against the side of the octagon, because Max Griffin is so athletic and so fast, it will make him more of a stationary target. Right now he's having difficulties setting traps to hit Max Griffin because Griffin's a lot quicker than he is on the feet.
Yeah, Griffin's way faster.
Some significant bleeding now from Mike Perry, who eats another right hand. There's another cut just to the left of his eye. Both fighters
Every time Perry throws his left jab, he's getting countered.
That left hook off the jab just landed that time. He's getting closer. But the activity of Max Griffin right now is what's winning the show for him. It's winning the fight at this point. He's much more active than Mike Perry.
And I guess easier said than done.
Perry's hands are getting lower and lower too.
For Perry trying to get inside a 5-inch reach disadvantage.
Well, that's his fighting style, right? He's a forward pressure fighter. To ask him to stop doing that is almost like changing him. To ask him, he needs to just feint a little bit more. If Perry would start to throw some feints at Max Griffin, try to draw out those combinations, then he could counter with something that can cause some real damage. But right now, he's just kind of going forward and not throwing enough.
Fight fans, check out the UFC store on your
now Perry's kind of following. Earlier he was cutting him off. He's not cutting him off as good.
Code UFC ORL and start saving today.
Woo.
Again, the jab.
Griffin's got Perry very hesitant when he feints.
Look at the feints, John. The feints are coming. Look at the feints. They're coming from Max Griffin. He's drawing reactions out of
When he feints, he's getting reactions.
Nice jab by Perry. There you go. You gotta mix it up.
Perry hasn't had any head movement though.
Look at the feints of Max. Look. Max is on his bicycle, but then he'll stop. And when he stops, he throws combination.
Oh!
Big knockdown for Max Griffin.
Hurt him bad. He stops and then he goes.
Woo!
Big left hand. Max Griffin is a big, strong, powerful guy himself.
Griffin dropped Perry. Perry's got a chin, but man, he's hurt. He's hurt bad.
All heart and toughness as Platinum Mike.
This is horrible time for lag.
Perry gets back to his feet. The question is for how.
So he's been countering Perry's left hand with the overhand right, but then he followed it with the left hook that dropped Perry.
The biggest win of his life tonight.
Okay, so now it's saying I need to sign into my TV provider, which I've been trying to do, and it's not letting me. Let me refresh. See if it'll let me do it.
It's ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? You start paying college athletes pretty soon. You want to pay Pee-wee football players?
If Pee-wee football generates $1 billion a year, yeah.
I don't think so.
40 years ago, I'd be called weird. Different. Strange. Tomboy.
40 years ago, I'd be called unladylike.
40 years ago, the American Youth Soccer Organization was the first to create girls' youth soccer teams, giving millions of girls a chance to express themselves out on the field.
40 years ago, I wouldn't be playing soccer. What's a tomboy?
Visit safesoccerkids.org to learn more.
You've seen Max Griffin do this time and time again. Fade back right hand, left hook follows. Every time Mike Perry walks him down, when he stops and Perry throws, he counters, but he counters in combination, which has given Mike Perry a ton of trouble. Going into this third round, I feel Mike Perry needs a finish. He is getting beat very badly right now by Max Griffin.
Perry being
He's getting destroyed.
70-17 in terms of the significant strikes.
He hasn't landed anything that hurt Griffin.
Fight tonight didn't force the finish when he seemed to have Perry on the ropes. So let's see if Max Griffin can keep it going here tonight. And on the other side, if Mike Perry can rally here at home. Nice counter right from Perry.
Big right hand by Perry. This is why Max Griffin can't try to force the finish, because Mike Perry's dangerous at all times.
And I'm not sure Griffin is fully recovered here, DC.
At a point.
So Griffin just stayed in the pocket too long. He did the same combo that dropped Perry, but he didn't move. He didn't hurt him. He just hit him clean. It was the first time he hit him clean.
This is very smart. In the first round, it looked like Perry had the grappling advantage, and then he didn't go back to it. I believe him trying to secure a takedown is a very smart approach.
Griffin partially landed with that left kick out of the break. You can feel the tension.
So the best combo is when Griffin's countering Perry's left with his right, then he threw a left, but he stayed too long, and that's when Perry was just swinging wild and landed his right.
Griffin back to that lead leg attack, and now to the inside, nicely done.
Griffin just needs to stay within himself. There's too much danger in getting over aggressive. You saw what happened early in this round, the moment he got a little outside of himself.
Yeah, it's just when he stayed in the pocket too long, that's all.
Mike Perry's stalking now. He's stalking with the intent.
I think Perry's taking a breather before he unloads again.
Max Griffin to this point has fought beautifully.
Oh, and he stuck Perry there with the right hand. And if you're Max Griffin, the clock is your friend now. Under 3 minutes to go. We remind you, Max Griffin, the biggest betting underdog tonight, closing around plus 280.
It's funny.
Against the minus 3.
Kind of wish I made a bet then.
He looks as fresh as he did in round 1. Oh, left hook by Perry. Oh, again, right hand by Perry.
Griffin staying composed, though.
Griffin's moving away as he's getting hit with those.
Griffin able to land that right hand to keep Perry at bay.
Max Griffin does not need to fight with an ego now. He needs to get back on that bicycle.
I think he was just resting, he wasn't paying attention, and Perry exploded when he wasn't expecting it.
But he's a warrior. He is not going to stop pursuing the finish. He's going to constantly move forward, constantly look.
Oh.
Now look at this. He's smart again. Mike Perry's a smart guy. He is trying to...
Perry's putting his arms up. I'm like, dude, you're losing though. You got to do something. You lost both rounds bad.
Too offensive here if you seemingly would have a lead. Less than 90 seconds now to go.
Mike Perry has that right
Stupid preview pass about to go off again. A little frustrated, it's not letting me just log in through my provider. Let's see. About to miss the very end of this fight. I mean, unless Perry catches him, he's pretty much lost. Okay, finally let me log in. Thank you.
Max Griffin on top of the
finally letting me log in with my cable provider.
Secure the biggest win of his career. Our move of the fight is by Metro PCS, bringing you closer than ever to the
Did he go to the full round?
Covering 99% of people in the US.
Max Griffin fighting with a plan, staying with the plan.
His counters.
Moving when he needed to move. Striking when he needed to strike, may have gotten him the victory tonight. In a very tough
that
fight
right over his
very
left.
Mike Perry, but every time Perry would go, Griffin would counter. He hurt him on a number of occasions. Mike Perry never gave up on himself. Unbelievable performance by Max Griffin. Great toughness shown by Mike Perry. Unbelievable fight. Great job.
Decision next on Fox.
It was a speed difference too.
Our soccer is our stage.
So Perry fought a counter striker who was faster. That's pretty much how I would sum up that fight. And then also Griffin did a good job of combinations. and lateral movement. He never really stayed in place. The one time he did, he got hit with the overhand right, but that was it. That was the only punch really. That and I think a left hook. So Perry hit him maybe twice.
This is a game out here, man. They're going to kill y'all.
But at no point did I think he hurt Griffin, especially in the third round.
Chance to win one championship.
Now, if it was the first round when he was fresh, he probably could have hurt him more.
Yeah, I can't save them all. No one can save them all, but I gotta try.
They kind of do it to me. Tell me what you think of this.
I can't do it.
College mascots. When it comes to owning the courts and pumping up fans, nobody does it better. But when it comes to mortgages, they're less confident. Fortunately, there's Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.
Tweet out the link to the video
so they can
again.
Understand the details and get approved in as few as 8 minutes. Apply simply, understand fully, mortgage confidently. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, proud supporter of college athletics.
Welcome back to the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida. It is Fox UFC Fight Night. Emmett versus Stevens, two of the best featherweights in the world, set to be showcased later tonight in our main event on Fox. Now, though, the official decision on this one, for that, we turn it over to Bruce Buck.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score the contest 29-27, 29-27. And 30-27.
Yeah, I had 30-27.
Unanimous decision, Max Payne Griffin.
Really, they booing? He just, anyways.
I know you came in here as the road underdog in his hometown, biggest underdog on the card tonight, and you turned in a performance for the ages, man. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I want to give out a shout out to my manager, Jay Perstein, my gym, Dave Madman Marinova, one of the baddest strikers in the world. And I want to give a shout out to Orlando, man. I knew I was coming in hostile territory, and I tried to play it cool. I love you guys. You put on a hell of a fight. Tell me that wasn't a fight. Come on.
Certainly was a hell of a fight. We're going to show you some of the highlights, and you're going to like the pictures here, I'm sure. Was this the type of fight you expected? You got off to a great start, and were certainly able to hold on there late.
He was tougher than I thought. I hit him with some shots. I knew I was way faster than him. He's real slow, like I was saying. And he loads up. I mean, I tried to finish him, but he's tough. He took some shots. I hit him with some shots, like felt like a brick. Bam! But he didn't go down. But you know, I'm here to fight, though. You know, I want to thank Dana White, Sean Shelby for putting me on the main card to start off this fight. I mean, this Orlando fight's crazy already, and I'm just blessed. I'm blessed to be here.
You put on a show tonight. Any idea how soon you'd like to get back in here and against whom?
I had a lot of time off last year. I want to fight. I want to be ranked, and I want to fight the best. So whoever, let's go.
You have earned it. Go enjoy it, ladies and gentlemen. How about it? Your winner, Max Payne Griffin.
Unbelievable performance tonight by Max Griffin. He fought with a plan, stayed with the plan, hurt Mike Perry on a number of occasions. This is not an easy thing to do. Coming to another guy's hometown and get that type of victory. Congratulations to the King of Sacramento, Max Payne Griffin.
The King of Sacramento is right. Max Payne Griffin with a potentially career-changing win here tonight. A lot of the UFC celebs in the building. How about Kamaru Usman, cutest daughter you've ever seen, the number 8 ranked welterweight in the world, and now local to the Sunshine State. And how about Manuel Romero, the number 1 middleweight contender, fresh off a big knockout, of course, of DC's teammate Luke Rockhold a couple weeks ago in Perth, Western Australia.
DC didn't say anything when Anik said that. He said nothing.
4th consecutive win and finish against the also streaking sledgehammer Alir Latifi, who has won 4 of his last 5. That fight straight ahead first, though, from the director of Fast and the Furious. The Hurricane Heist is in theaters March 9th, rated PG-13. Here's a sneak peek.
When does the game become more than a game? When it's the Big East Wednesday Night Jam on FS1.
Oh, a special delivery!
Every game reveals a contender or pretender. Every showdown turns into a throwdown. And every comeback deserves payback.
So I just noticed this picture. Y'all think they made Latifi big enough? I want to say he's way smaller than OSP, but in this picture they have him the same height, and it just makes Latifi look huge. It's pretty funny. Don't get me wrong, Latifi is pretty stocky, but he's not that tall. It just looks funny.
Fox UFC Fight Night is sponsored by Modelo Especial, brewed with a fighting spirit since 1925. And by the Hurricane Heist, in theaters March 9th, rated PG-13. Alongside the UFC light heavyweight champion Daniel Cormier, I'm John Anik. We welcome you back to Orlando, Florida for Fox UFC Fight Night. So they're all still chasing DC at 205 pounds. Among them, the number 5 and 8 ranked contenders, Ovince St. Preux and Ilir Latifi. Of course, DC will fight Stipe Miocic for the heavyweight title this summer, but this division is wide open. And that is a fact not lost on OSP and Ilir Latifi as they try to take advantage of this main card showcase tonight on Fox. Well, whether using his signature Von Flue choke or a vast array of strikes, Ovince St. Preux has hit his stride. He'll try to keep that momentum going tonight when he takes on the Swedish standout, Ilir.
So I still think OSP, no one talks about it, but when he fought Jimmy, I think something was wrong with him. I think he fought injured because his footwork was non-existent in that fight. So I wonder if he took that fight hurt.
Can go through the storm, you know. I think it's gonna be a great challenge, a great fight.
Latifi definitely a strong fighter. Short, compact guy, and those are usually the ones that have a lot of power. I think I definitely have an advantage in the stand-up game just because of my reach. Either way, somebody's gonna get beat really, really bad.
Ovince St. Preux is a very dangerous fighter. He's very athletic, he's very physically strong. He's also the kind of fighter that rises to the occasion. Some of his best performances have been against some of the most dangerous fighters.
St. Preux trying to finish this fight. Ovince St. Preux.
I can knock out practically anybody you put in front of me. With every fight, I'm getting better and better.
But he is fighting a man who has gone through the ranks, worked hard, a guy who's experienced the bitter sting of loss inside the octagon. He's a guy who earned everything through blood and sweat and determination.
He got caught right away. Oh boy, Latifi. Just like that.
When they close that octagon door, the hard work is done. Now it's easy, you know. It's just go in and do what you have to do. And I gotta win. I gotta finish.
I'll never fear no man. But I don't care if you're Goliath. I mean, you seen what happened to him. It only takes one stone. At the end of the fight, I'm getting my hand raised.
I'm gonna go to make a statement. I'm gonna go to finish.
Ready? I'm not ready for it. There's a difference between
I'm gonna give it to OSP. Have been making prediction fight videos, but I mean, Latifi's gonna have to grapple with him, and OSP's not a slouch on the ground. He's got pretty good takedown defense.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger.
I could see, Latifi going in for a takedown and getting caught.
Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for meals on.
So OSP has a really good left hook when people try to cut the distance with him. Also, we seen Ryan Bader catch Latifi with a flying knee, so maybe that might be something OSP thinks about. I don't think OSP's gonna be throwing flying knees. He doesn't do that, but he does do head kicks and low kicks. So that might be Latifi's best bet to get the takedown, is when OSP goes for a kick. But if it stays standing, I think OSP has the tools to finish Latifi. And also, if he hurts him and he goes for sloppy takedown, OSP could submit him.
Know that according to a leading independent study, the most awarded network is now best in streaming.
I think you just did.
You both can get a much better view of the game on the iPhone on Verizon Unlimited.
Thanks. Hey, Thomas, when'd your flight?
Someone stole my watch.
Hey, Unlimited is only as good as the network it's on. So get the best Unlimited on the most awarded network. And right now, when you buy iPhone 8, you'll get one on us with no trade-in required.
What are you willing to do and what are you willing to give up to be the best you can be? If you're going to compete against me, you better be willing to give up your life. Because I'm giving up mine.
4 more brake jobs.
3 more classes to teach.
2 more yards.
Help.
Low battery? Grab a 5-hour energy and get back to 100%.
I'm back.
I'm back to 100%.
5-hour energy. Get back to 100%.
3, 2, 1.
Hi there, welcome into NASCAR Race Hub.
Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano,
Kevin Harvick.
7-time Jimmy Johnson. We're happy you're here, man.
Joe, I think you make this look pretty good.
You see the biggest stars in the sport. They all play here. NASCAR Race Hub.
Fun,
fast,
fresh,
unpredictable.
You just never know what's going to happen.
And always entertaining.
It's going to be a good one.
NASCAR Race Hub, weeknight, 6 p.m. Eastern on FS1.
Growing up, my mom was afraid of the water, something she did not want me to feel. Swim lessons changed my life. Thanks, Mom. Visit usaswimmingfoundation.org to find, get, or give a swim lesson.
40 years ago, I'd be called weird.
Different.
Strange. Tomboy.
40 years ago, I'd be called unladylike.
40 years ago, the American Youth Soccer Organization was the first to create girls' youth soccer teams, giving millions of girls a chance to express themselves out on the field.
40 years ago, I wouldn't be playing soccer. What's a tomboy?
Visit safesoccerkids.org to learn more.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. Already posted it.
All right, just about ready to go with this featured bout in the UFC's light heavyweight division. Ovince St. Preux representing Haiti, number 5 in the world. The Swede Ilir Latifi comes in at number 8. You see an obvious discrepancy in height. Ovince St. Preux enters the octagon with a 6.5-inch reach advantage. All right, now for the introduction.
All right, here we go.
Inside the Bruce Buff.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a wrestler holding a professional record, 14 wins, 5 losses, 1 no contest. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 206 pounds. Fighting out of Malmo, Sweden, presenting the number 8 ranked light heavyweight contender in the world, Ilir, the Sledgehammer Latifi. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 22 wins, 10 losses. He stands 6 feet 3 and 1/2 inches tall, weighing in at 206 pounds. Fighting out of Knoxville, Tennessee, presenting the number 5 ranked light heavyweight contender in the world, Ovince St. Preux. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Jorge Alonso.
DC, there's your boy, Jorge Alonso, back for more. Chrissy Blair, thank you, Chrissy.
I think somebody pulled him in the back.
All right, here we go.
More stare downs. All right, here we go.
Not enough. Might have been Niner.
Owens, St. Preux.
So OSP should look to keep the distance and use his kicks.
Taking on the southpaw Alir Latifi. Latifi also give you different looks on the feet. Actually lists himself as an orthodox fighter.
St. Preux wants you to be on the opposite side so that you can blast those big body kicks.
OSP landed his left hook.
Supposed to go down January 27th on Fox.
The reach looks pretty noticeable. It's pretty big.
This fight was delayed a few weeks. St. Preux took 4 days off and then resumed his training camp.
But right now, if you're Latifi, this is not where you want to be. You don't want to be at the...
Yeah, you don't want to be on the outside.
Where St. Preux can get to you, it is difficult for you to get to him. Latifi needs to be in tight, grabbing on St. Preux, hanging on him, trying to take him down to the ground.
Or feint, man. Like, Latifi could feint a takedown and then go up top. Fake low and then go up top.
You talked about your time training with Alir Latifi while some of our viewers were in commercial breaks, so run that back for me.
Yeah, he's one of the strongest guys I've ever felt, man. He's so thick and so dense that when you grab him, it feels like you're grabbing like a stack of bricks. He's so strong.
And that's a two-time U.S. Olympian and current UFC champion telling you that Alir Latifi is one of
So sometimes OSP's fights can be a little boring like this, and then he explodes and finishes it. He's not known for high volume. That would be my one critique about him.
He got more, won a lot of rounds with him, but he needs to be backing St. Preux up. When St. Preux is this comfortable, he's a problem for anybody in this weight class.
St. Preux talked a lot in advance of this fight about the strides he's made with his mental preparation. Physically, he feels like he's a very hard guy to break. He said Latifi's not going to be able to hold me down consistently here tonight.
Only thing is, I'm seeing OSP's chin's up. He needs to keep his chin tucked. Ooh. Went for a head kick, but a switch kick. It's funny. Latifi being short was actually good. The kick went over his head.
St. Preux has been on an
Yeah, not a lot of volume. OSP looks content with just keeping away with his jab. He's looking for that kick though.
Beautiful head kick, Corey Anderson. He's been fighting great, and even in the Ozdemir fight, a lot of people felt he won that fight. Just kind of started a little slow, but picked it up as the fight went on.
Flurry from Alir Latifi, not much doing there. Latifi has started to move around a little bit when it comes to his training, still repping All-Stars Training Center in Sweden, training alongside Alexander Gustafsson, Jimmy.
You see the crowd getting a little restless. OSP's just looking for that left hook. It's getting a little predictable. Oh! Latifi dropped him. Oh! Oh, he's got choked. Oh, he's out. He's out. He choked him out. Wow. He choked him out. He didn't even fight the hands at all. He just went out. OSP was keeping his hands way too low. He was getting predictable with his left hook, but he was also kind of reaching out.
Let's get you the move of the fight. It is sponsored by Metro PCS, bringing you closer.
Is TV talking to DC?
Putting knockout coverage in your hands by covering 99% of people in the U.S.
There you see it. Look at that.
Yep. OSP, chin up.
By Alir Latifi, drops Ovince St. Preux. Then you just jump on him. When Ovince turns around, he gets hit with another left hook. Then watch Ilir Latifi jump on this front guillotine.
Oh, he's got it.
Into Ovince St. Preux.
Oh, he went to tap. Oh, OSP went to tap.
Ovince goes out. Biggest win of Ilir Latifi's career.
Easily. Easily the biggest. Before that, I don't even think he really fought anyone.
Everybody thinks they won until they're in the match.
We'll talk to Latifi next. Stay with us on Fox.
4 more brake jobs.
3 more classes to teach.
2 more yards.
Help.
Low battery? Grab a 5-hour energy and get back to 100%. I'm back.
I'm back
Oops.
to 100%.
I muted my mic instead of the
Back to 100%.
instead of the video. Okay, so OSP went to tap with his right hand. I caught it. So like he went to tap with his right hand, but then he went out. Like simultaneously, he waited too late. He didn't fight the hands. He went to tap and he was out. So yeah, man, that was easily Latifi's biggest win.
Hunger, and millions more live in isolation.
America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches.
Hey, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I mean, I think the problem was OSP with his punches was just trying to keep. He didn't have any bad intentions with his punches, which made Latifi more willing to commit to a punch and get on the inside. And as soon as he did, OSP's chin was up, his hands were low, and he got caught with the left overhand.
Nice nighttime shot by the crew there. Really few better times of year to be in Orlando, Florida. The weather is held up. Traffic not too bad. DC don't like traffic, I'm told. So good to be in Orlando this week. And good to be Ilir Latifi right now. Bruce Buffer now to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Jorge Alonso has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 48 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by submission due to a guillotine choke, Ilir the Sledgehammer Latifi. All right, I am here with your winner, the Sledgehammer, Ilir.
See what he says.
Congratulations on an epic performance and one of the biggest wins of your professional life, man. Great job.
Thank you very much.
So you got the better of him on the feet there, landed most of the strikes you threw, and then you closed the show with a choke. Was this the type of fight you expected coming in?
Like I said, I always go for the finish. Doesn't matter if it's stand up on the ground. That's what I want to do. I want to talk to a person here. DC, you're a legend, you're a champ. You know I have a lot of respect for you, but let's fight for the title, you and me. Light heavyweight, heavyweight. I'm up for it, all respect. You're a legend. Nobody can take it from you. Wait. What do you say? Come on, DC.
You know what? We'll get DC's reaction on the broadcast, but real quick as we put a bow on this fight. He did tap. Did you feel him tap, or are you just choking to get the finish?
No, I felt him tap on this side, but the corner, the judge was on the other side. So,
Yeah, the ref was on the bad side. He didn't see it.
But I just got it. It was just instinct. So.
Well, you have certainly put yourself on the short list.
DC's already scheduled for a fight with Stipe, so Latifi probably is going to have to get one more big win.
Family, my people that support me back in Sweden, US, Albania, Kosovo, everybody. Love you. Tedu Ashum.
There is a new UFC light heavyweight contender, Ilir Latifi.
Does Gus even have a fight scheduled? If he doesn't, I would say that'd be the fight to make.
About me, this is Ilir Latifi's moment. I don't want to talk about a fight between him and I. I've got bigger fish to fry, literally in the heavyweight division. So Ilir can get in line. I do respect him a ton, but right now is not the time, J.A. It's his moment. Great job. Great performance. Okay, I can't help myself. They must love giving me money if they stick me in there with Alir Latifi. Because this let me tell you something. Don't put him in there. I respect him, but don't put him in there, J.A.
You're not going to get a comment out of me. All I know is that you're fighting for the UFC heavyweight title on July 7th, and Alir Latifi has now put himself
I'd say put Latifi against Gus. That'd be a good fight. That could be a contender fight.
All right, here's a look at what you can expect to see over the next several weeks. Over on UFC Fight Pass, replay of Cage Warriors 90 is now available. Live content, a lot of it next Saturday. Kickboxing and MMA live action doubleheader, Glory and Cage Warriors. Also March 3rd, the UFC 222 Fight Pass prelims. That includes a featured bout between Mike Pyle and Zack Otto. And then March 17th, the entire UFC Fight Night, Verdum versus Volkov. We'll be live and exclusive on Fight Pass main card, 5 p.m. Eastern on St. Patrick's Day from the O2 in London. Download the UFC app today. All right, coming up next, are we here already? Jessica Andrade has been there. She has done that. Tonight, she makes her women's record 13th UFC appearance, and she will try to state a case for a second crack at the gold against fellow championship hopeful Tisha Torres, a technical striker, a plus athlete who could just be one win away from her shot at glory. The co-main event, straight ahead from Orlando. Fox UFC Fight is sponsored by Metro PCS, bringing you closer than ever to the UFC on a network delivering unlimited LTE knockout power.
What are you willing to do and what are you willing to give up to be the best you can be? If you're going to compete against me, you better be willing to give up your life, because I'm giving up mine.
If he slips or doesn't look the same way coming out of the gate in 2017, what are we talking about?
When I see myself out there, I feel like, man, I still do this and I do it better than I've ever done it, so why should I stop?
Hey, sports fans, get your hands on the all-new Fox Sports app. Instant scores, breaking news, exclusive videos, and with custom alerts for all your favorite teams, you can't find a more personalized sports app. Download it now from your app store.
Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
The 29th champion is Brittany Force.
The stakes are high out there. This rivalry now is not only on the racetrack, it's inside of each one of their heads.
Talk about iconic names.
So this next fight is going to be really interesting. To me, this is a #1 contender fight. The winner of it should fight the winner of Rose and JJ. And it's interesting because Andrade has already fought JJ. Tisha's already fought Rose twice. I think they're 1-1. And I think obviously Jessica has a strength advantage, but her striking's pretty one-dimensional. She kind of reminds me of Vanderlei. She just throws hooks. She bites in her mouthpiece and throws hooks. I think Tisha's more well-rounded with her striking, but really the tell of this fight will be if Jessica can catch Tisha with one of her hooks or take her down. because I think if Jessica takes Tisha down, she has a chance of winning simply because she's so big for this weight class. She's not tall, but she's just so much stronger than anyone else. So I'm interested to see how this fight goes.
If you right now are backing the favorite, Lil Heathen, Jeremy Stevens will update the results before the main event fighters make the walk here in short order. But now, deservedly, two elite strawweights get the spotlight in Orlando. Tisha Torres looking to state her case for a title shot against the Brazilian powerhouse, Jessica Andrade.
Eu me considero uma das mais fortes ali da categoria. Então, até hoje eu não vi alguém que eu não conseguisse colocar para baixo, né? Hoje a minha vontade o meu foco é vencer a luta contra a Tisha e ter a oportunidade de lutar pelo cinturão novamente. E aí, quem sabe me tornar campeã da categoria e aí eu vou reinar absoluta ali.
I'm the only one in the top 5 who hasn't fought for the title yet, and I think my time is coming. Currently, my main focus is definitely on Jessica. She's a tough opponent. I'm just as strong as her. I'm just as athletic as her. I believe I'm faster than her. I don't think that she possesses anything that I don't have. She'll be my toughest opponent. It's going to be a war in there.
A lot of fighters get cut and it mentally takes them out of the fight. Not Andrade. Her thing was, oh, if I'm going to bleed on you, that's where I'm going to hit you. It's payback time. Jessica Andrade is the first Brazilian female fighter in the UFC. She's had a title shot before. She's right on the cusp of another one. She can't afford a step back. Tisha Torres has a kickboxing background, and she's always aggressive. Her right hand is a piston. She is like a tank coming at you.
Right hand over the top. Torres is so physically strong. Waterson is in deep, deep trouble.
10-1 as a pro, that one loss to the champ, Rose Namajunas. Jessica Andrade versus Tisha Torres. What happens when an irresistible force meets an irresistible force? Title contention. Definitely the winner of this fight.
Fico muito feliz de estar lutando com a Tisha. Ela é uma menina que está se destacando muito agora na categoria. Eu já imaginei nocauteando, já imaginei conseguindo fazer uma queda e trabalhando no grande pau de o juiz parando a luta.
I definitely see myself fighting for a title shot. I'm super fast, and my punches are going to come straight down the line, and they're going to hit her right in the face.
All right, straight ahead, it's a big one between two of the strawweight division's best, as former title challenger Jessica Andrade faces fellow contender Tisha Torres.
What are you willing to do and what are you willing to give up to be the best you can be? If you're going to compete against me, you better be willing to give up your life. Because I'm giving up mine.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation.
America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant.
These commercials, so rough.
Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant. It only takes a moment.
So another thing is to talk about is Andrade actually has great cardio, considering she is more muscular fighter. Usually those type of fighters, through lactic acid, they usually gas out easier, but so far from what I've seen from her, even in 5-round fights, she doesn't really slow down. She just keeps going. So this is only a 3-round fight, so I don't see if Tisha had an advantage on cardio, we're just not going to see it in the 3-rounder. This is most likely going to go to a decision. I think it's going to be a close fight. I think it's going to be a close fight, decision. A lot of it's going to depend if Andrade can take Tisha down. So So we'll see.
40 years ago, I'd be called weird.
Different.
Strange. Tomboy.
40 years ago, I'd be called unladylike.
40 years ago, the American Youth Soccer Organization was the first to create girls' youth soccer teams, giving millions of girls a chance to express themselves out on the field.
40 years ago, I wouldn't be playing soccer. What's a tomboy?
Visit safesoccerkids.org to learn.
Looks like we got another person watching. Hey, who do you think's gonna win this fight before it starts? What's your prediction?
The 29th champion is Brittany Force.
The stakes are high out there.
Yeah, I think.
This rivalry now is not only on the racetrack,
I mean,
inside of each one of their heads.
it's gonna be hard for Tisha to win this. I think the only way Tisha wins this is if she outstrikes her, kind of what JJ did. If she outsides fights Andrade and outstrikes her and keeps it standing, that's her best bet.
In the octagon, time now for Fighting Spirit Stats, sponsored by Mojo.
I think it's gonna be a close fight.
It matters what you're made of, brewed with a fighting spirit. 3 straight wins, good for the second longest active streak in this division. Tonight, Tisha Torres makes her 8th UFC appearance as a +210 underdog against Jessica Andrade.
Yeah, she's fighting against Jessica Andrade. She's going to be at a size disadvantage, but her speed will carry her in this fight. At least that's what she believes.
She's gonna have to mix it up really well with her leg kicks, combos. She can't just do single strikes. It's gotta be combos to get ahead on the scorecard.
On the other side, you have Jessica Andrade. You see the +194 strike differential against Claudia Gadelha, who at the time was the #1 contender. When she goes to the takedowns here at 115 pounds, those are there. And at least in this equation on paper, Andrade's the far more prolific finisher. 71% of her wins have been stoppage wins.
She needs to go forward. She needs to pressure. She needs to set traps for Tisha Torres to use her size and skill and pressure to win this fight.
The belt in this division will be on the line April 7th. Prevailing wisdom is tonight's winner will get the winner of that encounter. Here the tail of the tape for our co-main event, the 26-year-old Brazilian Jessica Andrade taking on the 28-year-old Fall River, Massachusetts-born Tisha Torres. Andrade finally.
Yeah, she's gonna have to look to counter Jessica's hooks and use lateral movement. A lot of lateral movement. She can't just stand right in front of her and trade. Also, she doesn't need to do single leg kicks. If she does a single leg kick, she's going to get hit with the hook.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a kickboxer holding a professional record, 10 wins, 1 loss. She stands 5 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 116 pounds. Fighting out of Colorado Springs, Colorado, presenting the #5 ranked strawweight contender in the world, Tisha, the Tiny Tornado Torres. And now introducing her opponent.
So they scheduled Pennington against Nunes. That should be a pretty good fight.
17 wins, 6 losses. She stands 5 feet 1 and 1/2 inches tall, weighing in at 116 pounds. Fighting out of Niterói, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, presenting the #2.
Andrade looks in good shape for this fight. She looks slim. I was really impressed when she fought Claudia. Claudia's always had a gas problem, but to see Jessica outwork her and be way stronger, it was impressive.
Here tonight, that is the most all-time for women in the UFC. We have just passed the 5-year anniversary of the first women's fight in UFC history.
All right, here we go. We're going to see what Tisha's got planned. How's she going to deal with?
In a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competition back in the day. All right, here we go. Title eliminator at strawweight, Andrade in yellow, Tisha Torres in the all red.
Usually Andrade looks like the thicker, stronger fighter, but she's shorter. Torres, she's the taller fighter, but Torres already landing.
Okay, so this is exactly what Tisha's going to have to do. Combo and then move. It looks like she's got a speed difference. She needs to be careful though when she's backing up. Her chin's up and she's moving straight back. She needs to cut angles.
And she's certainly not afraid to get hit. A right hand counter there from Tisha.
That is 3 of those big right hands landed by Torres already.
Tisha could win doing this. This is the way to beat Andrade.
She got hit with a number of big shots and kicks from Joanna Jędrzejczyk, but stayed in the fight. If she takes that many punches from Tisha Torres.
Nice leg kick by Andrade. Oh! Oh no, Tisha landed a good left.
Torres is so much faster than her right now. She's flat-footed, she's plotting. Torres is light on.
Andrade just has no head movement. Ooh, that's Tisha don't need to stand too. She don't need to stand in front of her too long. Land your combo and get out.
She is finding her range early against the prohibitive favorite Jessica Andrade.
Ooh, I don't like when Tisha's backing up. Her chin's up in the air. She's gonna get hit if she keeps doing that. She needs to keep her chin tucked and almost cut angles like Holly did to Ronda. Tisha needs to be careful not to punch herself out. She's putting a lot behind these punches. She needs to know this is a pace she's going to have to be able to keep. Uh-oh. She's making a mistake when she's backing up, putting her hand out, and instead of keeping her hand close. When she's keeping her hand out, she can get hit over the top.
Can she keep that pace?
Torres, one of the more disciplined, conditioned fighters on this roster.
Yeah, I do not like the way Tisha's backing out of her combos.
She feels like training at altitude consistently is something in her back pocket that
she's so far she's being lucky because she's faster. But in second, third round, she could get caught.
Then being first. Torres is being first right now, but she's constantly having to back up because of the pressure of Andrade. She is landing and landing beautiful combinations, but always on her back foot. If she could sit and throw one of those punches.
I think Andrade just kind of ate Tisha's best punch, so she kind of feels comfortable just walking her down.
Jessica Andrade twice fought Tisha Torres' fiance Raquel Pennington.
I think at the beginning she just surprised her. I do not like the way Tisha's backing up.
Nice stick and move by Torres.
As the time passes and this fight goes longer, Torres seems to be getting more and more willing to stand in front of the judges.
Yeah, that's
that is a problem.
Yep. She need to do 1, 2, 3, get out of there.
Torres continues to land, eats a knee there.
Yeah, she's backing up with her hands like this. She needs to keep her hands at least up here. Her chin tucked. Her chin's up in the air when she's backing up. She'd be better off hitting, ducking, and cutting angles.
She's already starting to breathe a little bit heavier because this is not her style of fight. She's doing great, but this is not her style of fight. She would prefer to be controlling some of the engagements. She hasn't controlled any of these engagements.
Tisha's been swinging a lot, man. I just don't know if she can keep this pace for 3 rounds. This is very high pace.
Andrade with a big takedown to put a capstone on the round. And how
It's going to be a close fight. I don't know how they're going to judge this. I think Tisha won the round, but the longer it goes, Andrade is going to be able to take her down like that earlier in the rounds and steal it. I think Tisha has the right game plan, but I don't like the way she's exiting from her combos at all. I doubt her corner tells her that either. Most corners do not give very technical advice. So the one change she could do though is once she lands her 1-2 is dip and cut angle and get basically around Andrade. Instead, the way she's exiting is it's very it's not lateral, it's very forward back, and when she's backing up, her chin's up and her hands are out. So with her hands out, she can get punched by Andrade's hooks over the top. I don't know if Andrade is going to hurt her with those punches, but I do see her landing them the later the fight goes.
Contenders, Jessica Andrade and Tisha Torres. That is her wife, Fernanda Gomez, wiping off the final beads of sweat. Now time to bring in the other members of our broadcast team high above the octagon. Dominic Cruz and Mike, a couple of former UFC champions. Fellas, we'll start with Dom. Your thoughts on the action we saw in round one between Torres and Andrade?
So far, I like Andrade with the constant forward pressure and the body combinations, and also the takedown at the end. That was very intelligent.
Exactly.
The way she needs to. On her bike, lateral movement, picking her shots wisely.
Luke backed up, straight with his chin up.
He kicks up the middle to keep some space between her and Andrade. The more tired she gets moving backwards, the more Andrade is going to get closer and keep Torres in the pocket. Torres needs to stay on the outside the way she's doing, use some teep kicks in order to keep.
Sometimes too, I think Tisha would be better off just not even trying to punch when she's backing up.
It is a little frustrating, from Andrade's part of me, because Torres is circling to the right, and all Andrade is doing is following her. You cannot follow somebody round in a circle.
Bisbing's right. You have to cut her off. So many fighters just, yeah. She's just following her. She's not using her lead leg to cut her off.
Check in with you shortly to get a main event prediction. Andrade working Torres to the fence here, one underhook.
Tisha she needs to get an underhook. She's about to go down. She has no underhook. Yep, she's going down. Double underhook. Oh, north-south position. She might could exit through the back door. Tisha could exit back door. Honestly, the way this fight's going, Jessica could steal the second and third round if she keeps it on the ground.
Andrade pops the head out there, 2 of 4 on her takedown attempts thus far.
Oh. She's, yep. She's not gonna get it. Oh. So Tisha needs to shrimp back into full guard and maybe get right underhook. Oh, she's using a kicker off. She could get back up. Nope. She's going to need at least one underhook to get back to the feet. She's a wall walk. Yep. Okay. She's back up. Right now, Andrade is winning though. Tisha's going to have to do a lot to win this round. Got her chins up in the air. When she's throwing her punch, her chin's wide up in the air. Even when she's backing up. What I'd like to see is Tisha also do maybe a low leg kick after her combo. Oh, uh-oh. Tisha should be able to get back there. Yep, she wall walk against the fence. The main thing is she's got to get underhooks. If she don't have underhooks, Andrade is going to just pick her back up.
She struggled against Joanna Jacek because she was never able to get any takedown. Once again, look at that. Just pick him up, slam him down. So
yeah, this is all Andrade's this round. I'm going to say it's 1-1.
And perhaps some frustration setting in a little bit here for Torres as she has gotten grounded repeatedly.
She's going for submissions. I don't know if she's going to catch her with it. Yeah, she's too slippery.
And perhaps that one got Andrade's attention. Actually landed 2 of them in that sequence.
Tisha Torres is a warrior. Watch powerbomb.
Tisha's going for submissions, but this isn't going to win her the round.
Of a fighter. In all positions, she is still just fighting. Fight, fight, fight.
God, the strength difference is pretty huge when they're grappling. Andrade can just control her whole body. Uh-oh, Tisha looking for a takedown. She's got double underhook. She can get it. She just needs to go for it. It's only 10 seconds left. She can get it. She's going for her back instead. It's a close fight. 1-1. I don't think so. I don't think there wasn't enough time left when she got the takedown. She didn't do anything with it, and Tisha landed way more. It's 1-1 for sure, though, now. Andrade won that round. This is it. I think if Tisha can keep it on the feet, she could steal it. But if Andrade takes her back down, it's Andrade 2-1. You almost wish a fight like this was 5 rounds. So we could see their conditioning, because we're not gonna it's such a close fight. Both of them cancel each other out pretty well. Alright, here we go. Last round. It's been a pretty good fight.
Jessica Andrade and Tisha Torres. Your thoughts on the message from the Torres corner after round 2?
They're very happy with the work that she's done. They say that Andrade can't handle the strike that she's landed. I mean, seems to me like the Torres has landed.
The tell of this fight is Tisha not getting underhooks against the cage. She keeps going for overhooks. She needs to let go of that. Neck, unless she... Uh-oh. Honestly, if Tisha... If this was a 5-round fight, she could get Andrade tired enough to maybe beat her in the grappling. But right now, she hadn't done anything to hurt her. Very even fight. Ooh, I hate to judge this round.
As we enter the 3rd round, Jessica Andrade is moving closer and closer to 100 significant strikes again. Every fight, she's been over 100 significant strikes, and she's moving close to that again as we move into round 3.
Torres as game as it gets and ready for this challenge tonight, but Andrade has mixed it up beautifully.
Tisha needs... Her punches got to be shorter. She's loading up on them, which is not allowing her to get in and out. She could almost just jab to keep the distance instead of these hooks.
You saw this same type of fight with Angela Hill against Jessica Andrade. They're so tough and never give up on themselves. Tisha Torres is a warrior. She will never stop trying to fight. But right now, Jessica Andrade is imposing her will on her in the 3rd round.
Nice stick there with the right hand.
Tisha's got to control the wrist or posture. Otherwise, she's going to start getting hit.
She has secured 6 tonight.
Yep, Andrade I had a feeling after the first round when it ended with a takedown, I'm like, she's gonna start being able to get the takedowns easier as the fight goes.
Everything starts to be much worse whenever you're on the bottom. She feels bigger. She feels heavier. Her cardio feels better.
Even on the ground. Okay, so Tisha's got one underhook, but she don't keep it.
And Andrade seemingly getting stronger as this fight goes on. 2 minutes now to go.
I don't see any sense of urgency by Tisha to get up.
She's big for this weight class, so obviously she has to do more work to make the weight. All this extra work that she is doing is paying dividends, not only in her being the strongest fighter in the weight class, but also the cardio.
So Tisha would have to turn to her left and try to exit back door almost. Man. So again, she's holding a wizard. She will not go for underhooks.
Good to have you with us tonight for UFC Fight Night. John Anik alongside the future Hall of Famer Daniel Cormier. Jessica Andrade controlling this fight down the stretch. And to your point, she could have had a strawweight title shot earlier than she accepted one, but she wanted to make sure that she...
Honestly, I want to see Andrade against Rose.
Fighting in this division. Fought Angela Hill, epic fight. That was February of 2017. Before challenging.
That seems like the fight to make after this one.
Perhaps if she gets it done here tonight, she would be next for either Rose Namajunas or Joanna.
Oh, here, Tisha Torres, look at that. Tisha Torres now on top.
Yep, she's gonna fall off. She's too high. She's gonna shake her off. She was too high.
End up right back in top position.
Yep, that's the fight. This one's over.
And if you're Team Andrade and you're looking at another title shot, knowing that you struggle with Joanna Jędrzejczyk and her footwork, you're rooting for Rose Namajunas as they go into the rematch because you haven't fought her yet. Now, I'm not saying it's a better matchup for her. I'm saying it's a new matchup with another opportunity to become the strongest champion of the world.
Body shots from Andrade down the stretch, so hard to fault the approach from Tisha Torres, but seemingly Jessica Andrade too much tonight. In this matchup of strawweight contenders, our move of the fight is sponsored by Metro PCS, bringing you closer than ever to the UFC. Knockout coverage in your hands by covering 99%.
Till this fight was Tisha not getting underhooks. That allowed all the takedowns. Look at that. Double underhook, Andrade.
And just use her strength to finish these takedowns. I mean, Torres is hanging over the top of her, and she just slams her down. And once she's
So
on top,
two things on takedown defense. You have to get underhooks, and you have to keep your hip lower than the other person. If you keep your hips lower than theirs, and you're more closer to the ground, it's going to be harder to take you down. These commercials.
Talk about iconic names.
NHRA Arizona Nationals from Phoenix, Sunday at 6:30 Eastern on FS1.
Our soccer is our stage, where our voice is loud in every language. Our city represents our squad. Our hustle has no equal. You see it? The sound, the fury, can't stop, won't stop. Our soccer.
Tomorrow, right here on Fox, the Monster Energy Cup Series returns to Atlanta for the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500. Coverage begins 12:30 Eastern Time on Fox, or stream it live on Fox Sports Go. All right, co-main event is in the books. Bruce Buffer now with that official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen,
What she's wearing is pretty funny.
rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest 29-27, 29-28, and 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision, Jessica Buckchain-Stalker.
All right, here with your winner, the strawweight contender, Jessica Andrade. Another masterful performance here tonight. Congratulations.
Estou com a vencedora da luta, mais uma performance fantástica. Conta seus pensamentos.
Bom, espero que a gente ganhe o bônus da noite, né? Pois a gente fez um lutão. E, poxa, eu treinei muito para essa luta. Mas nada disso seria possível se não fosse meu mestre Paraná. Essa vitória é dele. Porque ele sim é um cara, é um treinador. Ele acredita na gente. E se ele não acreditasse em mim hoje, eu não estaria aqui, eu não seria quem eu sou.
I trained really hard for this fight. I hope we get the bonus of the night. And I have to say something. It's all due to this man, Master Paraná. He makes me go hard. He keeps me in there. He trains me so hard. That's how I come so well here.
I'm not sure you've ever looked better, and I know you know that the belt in this division is going to be on the line April 7th. How confident are you that your next fight will once again be for the championship?
I think she has a good chance. But it's like DC said though, she's got to work on cutting her opponents off. She can't just follow them and chase them. Especially against a fighter with good footwork. I think Rose and JJ have pretty good footwork.
I know Trish is a very tough fighter. I knew it was going to be a very, very tough fight. I know she's a lion. I came ready to swing at her, and if I couldn't do it, take her down. And if God wills, the belt will come.
And still one of the best in the world. An honor to watch you perform. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Jessica Andrade.
Unbelievable performance by Jessica Andrade. Went out there, secured takedowns, took a lot of damage, but never deviated from the plan. Kept moving forward, throwing those big hooks that she's known for. Cardio for days. She is easily one of the best female fighters in any division in the entire world. Unbelievable performance tonight by Andrade.
And fresh as a daisy in there. If she had to go 10-5 tonight, I'm not convinced she couldn't have done it. Well, you know, Florida's a big MMA state. A lot of UFC fighters live down here. There's the UFC women's bantamweight champ Amanda Nunes, her significant other, strawweight contender Nina Ansaroff, and of course, Jacare Souza, who has a date with Kelvin Gastelum coming up later this year in Rio. Well, the MMA leader back on pay-per-view exactly 1 week from tonight. It'll be UFC 222 from Las Vegas as the woman who needs but one name, Cyborg, makes the quick turn.
The power difference is just so obvious. Cyborg is rocking Holly.
Holly Holm was the first fighter to go the distance with Chris Cyborg in almost 10 years. 10 years of finishes. 10 years of laying fighters out.
Because Holly's not a soccer mom or a tomato can. But even then, she has very one-dimensional striking. Left punch, head kick, that's it.
Scariest moment of my professional career. Yana Kunitskaya is the Invicta Bantamweight champion. She's been there before. She's gone 5 rounds. She's used to having gold around her waist. She has championship pride and experience. Kunitskaya, a Jackson Wink fighter, has all the tools to take the title away from Chris Cyborg. You have to out-volume her. You have to frustrate her. You have to make it about the target that isn't there. And Kunitskaya is never still whenever she's in there. Stepping in there against Chris Cyborg and having a coaching staff and teammates who can say, I've been here before, that means a lot. They can take what Holly Holm did right and what Holly Holm did wrong and go back to the gym and use that and teach Kunitskaya.
Holly's very different type of fighter than Yana, you know. It's 3 weeks. If you have a plan, it's good. But after first punch, nobody remember about the plan.
It was my goal to fight in UFC. All the girls in the sport watching Cyborg should probably be history. I think this fight, it's show a lot about weak and strong sides of Cyborg.
I don't want to sound too negative, but this girl lost to Avenger, and Cyborg destroyed Avenger.
Why not? We have the chance now, and if I got
I get they don't really have anyone, but come on.
A lot of fans tell me I'm crazy. You crazy, Chris. Some fans say you gangster, get at this fight. I'm born to fight. I hope all my fans are gonna be there and they're gonna KO Diana.
Cyborg's in a weird position where she has way more experience over anyone she fights, and she's fighting girls that can't hurt her. So she's also bigger than everyone she fights. Last time she lost was a kickboxing match where the girl was bigger than her. So who knows?
The return of Kat Zingano versus Ketlin Vieira, Struve versus Orlovsky. We can't wait to get to Vegas, J.A.
Sean O'Malley, Andre Sukumtat as well. And how about the prelims on FS1? Top of your screen, Mackenzie Dern, one of the better jiu-jitsu practitioners in the world, making her UFC debut against Ashley Yoder. Benil Dariush taking on the UFC newcomer on short notice, Alexander Hernandez, John Dodson, and Pedro Munoz. They rebooked that fight. And then CB Dollaway returns against Hector Lombard. It's all coming your way next Saturday from Vegas. But straight ahead, our final order of business. The first UFC main event for featherweight contender Josh Emmett, and with a knockout tonight, he would certainly be hard to deny a title shot. But of course, on the other side is Jeremy Stephens. This man has spent a third of his life on this UFC roster. He is also on the brink of contention if he can get the W here tonight. Our featherweight main event is next on Fox. Fox UFC Fight is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Modelo Especial, brewed with a fighting spirit since 1925.
Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Their calling to serve didn't stop at the front lines.
Veterans can be an inspiration for all of us. They're part of an all-volunteer force that all stood up and said that they would serve our country.
With Mission Continues, veterans are deployed into our communities to clean up parks, improve underserved schools, battle homelessness, and more.
We must continue to lead in our communities. Our mission must continue.
Join the ranks and feel what it's like to serve. Visit missioncontinues.org today.
NASCAR Race Up, weeknight, 6 p.m. Eastern on FS1.
Can y'all feel that?
Our soccer is our stage, where our voice is loud in every language. Our city represents our squad. Our hustle has no equal. You see it, the sound.
So earlier I was saying Latifi against Gus would be a good fight. On Twitter, someone's telling me that they actually trained together so they wouldn't fight. They were saying they'd rather see Latifi and Volkan fight. I'm okay with that. I still think it leads Gus without a fight. This person on Twitter is telling me that Gus and Rockhold agreed to fight. I'm gonna be honest, Rockhold just got knocked out. He shouldn't be rewarded a fight with light heavyweight #1 contender. And also, if he does agree to that fight, he still has bad tendencies when it comes to striking. His defense is bad. I could see Gus knocking him out. For him, he needs to change camps and really work on his defense, but also stick on what's wins him fights. In my opinion, his wrestling and jiu-jitsu is his best offense, not his striking. And so he needs to work on his defense for his striking and game plan on fights, taking it to the ground. If he wants to have longevity in his fight career, otherwise he's going to keep getting knocked out.
We see here, he's in range, he throws the right hand, bang, follows it up again with the second right hand and puts him down. And now once again, because third time's a charm, classic 1-2 straight down the pipe. Now fast forward, Ricardo Lamas. He's waiting, he slips, right hook, left hook, right hook, doesn't land, misses this time, but he tries the same thing again. Lamas throws the kick. Emmett is waiting, throws a right hook, follows it with the big left, connects on the button. Absolutely beautiful knockout.
And you can tell Emmett has a lot of confidence in his power, but so does this man. He reads the right hand of Ronnie Jason here and fires a right high kick up the middle to get the finish, adds a little stamp of approval at the end. And as we see here on Dos Anjos, he fires an overhand right, powerful to get Dos Anjos thinking about the defense of that overhand right, and then he switches it straight up the middle to an uppercut to get the knockout finish and another couple stamps of approval, which is Jeremy Stephens' go-to. Do not blink because this man, somebody's going night-night tonight.
Well, 67%, 2 out of 3 think that Jeremy Stephens will be the winner of our main event. Since he's your teammate in Alliance MMA, I don't want to know.
Honestly, if Emmett pulls it off, I'm going to be super impressed. So far, they've been giving Stephens a lot of these guys that he's beaten, but it's not getting him closer to a title fight, which is interesting because it seems like he's beaten a lot of people now in featherweight.
The nerves will affect his performance. Jeremy Stephens is going to win.
Quickly, do either of you see this going the distance?
Somebody is going to get knocked out, I guarantee it.
I think somebody's getting knocked out too, but the chances of the distance are slim to none.
Well, he guarantees it. You say it'll probably happen no matter how long it goes.
Honestly, it depends on how Josh fights. Because the people that beat Stephens is when they fight smart and outside fight him.
Announcing his arrival to the featherweight elite with that one-punch finish of Ricardo Lamas tonight. He steps up again to face veteran contender Jeremy Stephens.
I grew up in a shelter. I lived in a garbage bag full of clothes. You know, I went to 14 different elementary schools. I lived in a car with my mom. I remember being down in the car, I'd look up at the moon and be like, God, why are you doing this to me? But now that I look back for it, you know, this is what I would go for. I actually learned to love the pain because the pain made me struggle. It made me learn how to utilize that, harness it, and turn it around and do it positive. Look at me now. I love doing this. I truly, in my heart, love fighting. You get in there with me, you're gonna find out real quick that it ain't just a game. You know, I'm in there to kill you.
When I started out, I got into this game later than most. And then when my first pro fight, I actually broke my hand. It took me 10 months. I had surgery. I was out for a while, came back for my second pro fight, broke the hand in the exact same spot, out for another 10 months. And I was like, man, do I keep doing this, keep pursuing this? But then I was just like, this is my goal. I wanted to fight in the UFC. It was UFC or nothing. And I knew my time would come one of these days, and it's finally here. Uriah, he told me, you're one of the best fighters in the world, just nobody knows it yet.
Josh Emmett is a tank. He's a giant at 145 pounds, but never known before as a knockout guy. Against Ricardo Lamas, he didn't just knock him out, he scared the entire division. That shot he hit him with would have floored anyone. He's been more striker, down and out goes Lamas!
It's been a grind for me for over a decade, and it's finally paying off now. There's only one thing that means a lot to me, and that's have that world championship belt, and I will get it.
His opponent, Jeremy Stephens, is a professional savage. He knows how to finish. This is a guy who decapitated Rafael dos Anjos. Against Doo Ho Choi in his last fight, he showed he still knows how to do that. I'm a human highlight reel knockout artist. I love to punch people and put
after the skull in the back of the stadium in the stands. You know, it's what I do. You know, once we get in there, we start mixing it up. He's going to be ankle diving.
I don't think any featherweight can handle the power I possess, and we're going to see who can hit harder. We're going to see who can take bigger shots and keep moving forward.
You know, I thrive in those situations. I don't stop. I don't take breaks. The Savage is going to be bringing it out, and we're going to bring it to him.
I will get my hand raised. I will be victorious, and I will win that title in 2018.
Right there, the number 8 ranked featherweight in the world, Jeremy Stephens, 13th appearance at featherweight and remarkably making the walk for his 28th UFC fight tonight.
Unbelievable, because Jeremy Stephens, listen to this, 28 UFC fights. He's 31 years old, John. Right. He has almost as many UFC fights as he has years on this planet. He says that Josh Emmett is going to try to come in and mix it up with him. But he's going to find out real quick what kind of animal I am. He said he's going to go back to wrestling because if he tries to stand too long, he's going to sleep. He's going to start ankle diving, is what Jeremy Stephens says. He said he's got a great camp. He'll be prepared. But everybody's tough until they take one on the chin. And when they take one on the chin from Jeremy Stephens, they go to sleep.
You see the last fight for Jeremy Stephens, a main event in St. Louis in January. He defeated the highly touted Korean Superboy Doo-Ho Choi by knockout. His 5th UFC fight of the night, 8 bonus overall. He's won a bonus in his last 3 wins. And he, while acknowledging Emmett's skills, he also said things can happen pretty quickly in this featherweight division. This is a much improved Jeremy Stephens. The cardio on a completely different level. Kicks a lot more than he did earlier on in his UFC career. So we'll see if Jeremy Stephens can serve as a slight favorite here tonight and stamp himself a featherweight contender.
Let's go.
So the biggest night and fight of Josh Emmett's professional life is here and now in Orlando, Florida. Made his UFC debut not all that long ago, less than 2 years ago, on 1 week's notice against John Tuck. Compound fracture of his finger that night didn't stop him, and now here he is making his 6th UFC appearance in his first headlining spot in the Big Show.
This is a big spot for Josh Emmett, and that's what you can expect when you have still, to this day, I believe, the nastiest left hook knockout in UFC history. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen anything like what he did to Ricardo Lamas earlier this year. He says about Jeremy Stephens, and this has been his message all week, he's had his time. Right. It's a new time. He's fought everybody, but time has passed him by. I'm going to continue to move up the ranks by destroying Jeremy Stephens. He knocked down Felipe Ortiz 4 times in the first round. 4 times. In the first round, and then he follows that up with that left hook. This guy at 145 is a killer. He's scary. He's dangerous. He's big, and he's willing to fight Jeremy Stephens in the way that makes for a fantastic matchup.
Those 4 knockdowns in a single round against Felipe Ortiz.
Still a lot of unknowns about Emmett, in my opinion, so this is a big test for him. He's fighting someone very a veteran, you know, someone with a lot of experience, so we're gonna see.
Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant.
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Hey, welcome to the broadcast. Who do you got for the fight? It's about to start.
Headliners are ready to go. Let's get to the tail of the tape for this one. The number 4 ranked contender, Josh Emmett, 32 years old. His counterpart, Jeremy Stephens, still just 31. Stephens, the taller man by 2 inches. Both fighters making the 146-pound limit. Jeremy Stephens.
Who do you got? Let me know in the comments.
Now to get us going for the main event of the evening, we turn it over to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Sanctioned by the Florida State Boxing Commission. Our 3 judges scoring this contest are Richard Bertrand, Christopher Lee, and William Roy Silver. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon, Dan Bergliata. And now, for those in attendance and UFC fans watching around the world, live from the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida.
So both of these guys got heavy hands. One thing that Stephens has added to his arsenal is his kicks and knees.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a freestyle fighter holding a professional record, 27 wins, 14 losses. He stands 5 feet 8 and 1/2 inches tall, weighing in at 146 pounds. Fighting out of San Diego, California, by way of Des Moines, Iowa, presenting the number 8 ranked featherweight contender in the world, Jeremy Little Heathen Stephens! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a freestyle fighter holding a professional record, 13 wins, 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 6 and 1/2 inches tall, weighing in at 146 pounds. Fighting out of Sacramento, California, presenting the number 4 ranked featherweight contender in the world, Josh Emmett!
All right, here we go.
Printed rules in the locker room. I want you to be in my commands at all time. I want you to protect yourselves at all time. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Good luck to both of you.
That's how Jeremy Stephens touches gloves.
So Jeremy, he has an overhand right. But in the Lamas fight, we saw Josh knocks one out with his left. So, very interesting. Let's see what stances they use. Okay, both orthodox. Josh using some lateral movement.
Long-standing rivalry between Team Alpha Male and Alliance MMA. Here we go.
They're both loaded up.
Jeremy Stephens has taken a different approach in his later UFC fights. He doesn't just try to box and knock you out with his hands. He uses more kicks than he ever has.
Yep.
He's more patient than he's ever been. He does everything, and he seems to be getting better with age. But with Josh Emmett,
Well, I think he's in the weight class he needs to be in. He's in a weight class where he actually has some, his power still translates. He has a size advantage. Ooh. Josh looking for the inside. He's looking to trade.
champion. Even when he made his UFC debut, that's all he was talking about.
Ooh.
Countered by Stevens or
Stevens will bite down on the mouthpiece.
They both threw big hooks.
And most times when they connect, he puts guys out. You can say the same thing about Josh Emmett at 145 pounds.
To me, ooh, low kick.
Perhaps a groin shot there. Stevens didn't like it.
To me, the way to beat Stevens is high volume outside striking, because he doesn't fight that way. That's how Holloway beat him. I'm trying to think who else. I mean, I just know that's the way to beat Stevens. High volume, because he doesn't fight that way, so you can beat him on the scorecards by outstriking him. You don't have to knock him out, just outstrike him, because he's looking for the one punch knockout, which is the problem with that fighting style. If you don't get the knockout, you can lose on the scorecard.
Stevens has headlined several times for the UFC. Might you try to pace yourself a little bit early?
Well, both of these guys want to finish. I don't say this confidently in most 145-pound fights, but I'm pretty confident that this one won't go 5 rounds.
Him and Bisping said that it could go. Emmett's fighting smart. He's not just trading with him. Oh, he got a good left.
But once again, when Emmett darts in, notice Stevens always goes to the body first before he throws his left hook.
Ooh, Stevens got a good left. Emmett's doing a good poker face.
Emmett misses with the right hand.
He's explosive.
So the one flaw I'm seeing in Emmett's style is its hooks. He has no straight punches so far. I mean, right now, with Jeremy walking him down, a jab would be really great to keep him at bay.
Emmett has never been finished in 14 pro fights coming in. He has also never lost in this weight class. On the other side,
Jeremy smiled at him there, like just know that this uppercut's coming if you dart in here too much.
And that right hook certainly got Emmett's attention. Also, a little mouse on the forehead for Emmett as we approach the 90-second mark in this first round.
I mean, how hard does Jeremy Stevens hit? And he always gets those types of reactions from his...
Stevens looks like he has a little bit more tools. I think he can mix it up more, but he still doesn't throw high volume.
Amateur at 16, was training full-time by 18 years old.
Oh!
Counter right from Emmett, and he gets a knockdown.
I mean, he hits hard. Josh Emmett has massive power himself. Put Stevens on his butt.
So Josh countered Stevens coming in.
You can't get overzealous with either of these guys. They are just too powerful. He's got to be careful here. You don't want to dive into a front headlock against an alpha male guy.
Now Josh is pointing down to the ground to just trade with him. That's what Stevens did. I like it.
Jeremy Stevens right back forward, trying to get forward into Emmett. Emmett with some good head movement on.
You have to wonder though if Stevens fully recovered yet. He's got his legs under him.
Stevens continues to advance here down the stretch of round one. Nicely placed leg kick by Emmett.
Emmett stole the round. Before then, I didn't know who was winning because neither one's throwing enough.
So comfortable in his skill.
All right, good start back with round 2 in 30 seconds.
Yep, give round 1 to Emmett.
You kind of do it to me. Tell me what you think of this.
I can't do it.
Jeremy Stevens gets a little overzealous here, throwing that back uppercut. It's hard to throw that punch without a really good setup.
He moved into the punch.
A back uppercut leaves you too open right there. Emmett blocks it. Boom! Returns with the big right hand. Puts Stevens down in a close round. A win for Josh.
Yep. Stevens behind. This could go to decision. You know, they said it wasn't going to, but they're both fighting smart. They're not being careless. I think Stevens got a little antsy. Impatient. You gotta be very patient.
And Eric Del Fiero, one of the best cornermen in the game. The message for Jeremy Stevens: don't chase him, feint, and then go.
Yeah, he was getting very impatient.
Because you overextended yourself. You got desperate chasing a big shot. Take your time.
You can't headhunt. You just do the right things and the knockout will come. So Emmett's changed his style this round. He's throwing more kicks. He was not doing that in the first round. He's changing stances too. He's showing a lot more footwork. One thing you could do is by changing your timing and speed and pace, you can keep fighters guessing.
Emmett with the early 3-1 lead in terms of the significant strikes landed. Spinning back fist appear to land partially for Stevens.
Josh Emmett does a good job of
Keeping his hands up. He's keeping his hands up. He's doing a good job of that.
Where his head is. He will fade to his left, throw the right hand. He'll fade right, throw the left hand. It's a very, very tricky set of skills that he has because he's so powerful that he's banking on.
Stevens with a nice inside leg kick. Oh! Oh! Illegal knee. That was a legal knee. Ooh. Jeremy Stevens did a legal knee. Mergliotta should have stopped that immediately. He dropped him, and when he went to get up, he was down. He kneed him. That's an illegal strike. The announcers aren't even talking about it. Are they not going to mention this? I gotta see on Twitter if anyone's talking about this. What's the latest? Is it illegal knee? Yeah, thank you. Someone else is saying it. Okay.
There it is. Both of these guys are throwing hard. It's that left hook. Boom. There it goes again. Over and over. These guys are throwing left hooks. Once here, look at that.
I don't think they're gonna show the knee. I'd be surprised because they're not even talking. They're acting like it's not happened.
Let's see if it's illegal here.
Yep, that is illegal. No, it ain't no hard to see, DC. Come on. It's illegal. You can't do that.
Boom. Once he's going for the finish, Emmett goes to his knees. It looks like Jeremy Stevens throws a knee.
Yeah, it's illegal. Bull. It landed, man. Why are you pretending it didn't happen? No, he did not miss that. His head moved when he kneed him. I gotta see what people are saying on Twitter.
Jeremy Stevens fashion. Unbelievable performance by Little Heathen.
3 straight for Stevens. None bigger than that one. We'll talk to him right after this on Fox.
Yep, should be a no contest. I agree. I'm about to tweet about this.
America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello.
Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
The 29th champion is Brittany Force.
The stakes are high out there. This rivalry now is not only on the racetrack, it's inside of each one of their heads.
Talk about iconic names.
NHRA Arizona Nationals from Phoenix, Sunday at 6:30 Eastern on FS1.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
Guessing Smokey liked that idea.
I was afraid of that.
Well, guess it's time to get you fixed.
Your pets will start fooling around sooner than you think.
Squad, get out of here!
Accidental litters lead to millions killed in shelters each year. Help prevent more. Fix at month 4.
Back inside the Amway Center.
Thing is now, because he didn't step in to stop the fight, and there's no replays in this commission, they're going to count it as a win. Don't agree with this at all. This is gonna be controversial. You can't celebrate and say you want the belt when you did an illegal move.
Jeremy Lil Heathen Stevens, have a moment, young man. Congratulations.
Thank you, Orlando. I came to party!
28 UFC fights, you've never looked better. 3 straight wins, the biggest one of which comes tonight against the number 4 guy in the world. You got to feel just on top of the world after that.
And now we know who the hardest hitting 145er is, baby. Hey, no disrespect, man. Josh Emmett put me down on my butt. I had to get my wits back underneath me. You cannot break me. I am unbreakable, baby. That's what's up. That's hard. That's how you come back. I've had a lot of ups and downs in my careers, and that's testament. Never give up.
We're going to take a look at the
I like Stevens, but the ref failed.
Put him down, and then you were able to finish him from there. Your thoughts?
Yeah, you know,
In this situation, he failed.
he was doing really good.
Mergliata. The thing is, when it happened, you seen he thought about stopping it and didn't.
And hey, no disrespect. I didn't say a bad thing about them. They're camp. They're tough. Me and Alliance, we're always going to go against the
Even the elbow almost looked behind the head. Illegal knee. It's an illegal knee. There's no way around this.
Consecutive wins. You have never been closer to a UFC title shot in your career. Your thoughts on what the rest of 2018 may hold for you?
Dana, give me my title shot. There's only 3 guys in front of me. Please, please give it to me. 11 years in the company, baby. Always putting on the show. There's only 3 guys I got to hit list. They can run, but they can't hide. I'm coming.
No doubt about it. Go enjoy it, ladies and gentlemen.
John and Mila, Dad's coming home tomorrow. Thank you, Orlando.
Your main event winner, Jeremy Stevens.
I mean, if we watch in slow-mo, he even lands a elbow to the back of the head.
When he knocked out Josh Emmett, it looked as though a couple of the elbows landed to the back of the head.
Yes!
Watch right here. I'm not trying to rain on this parade, but as he's going to finish,
There's a stain on this win.
watch the elbow.
1. Oh crap, it froze. Come on.
Boom. That one lands behind the head.
2.
That one lands behind the head.
And then the knee.
It's a grounded opponent. I know it wasn't a hard strike, but it
Boom.
looks like the knee was illegal.
Yep.
It's on the referee to catch this, I think. Right. Right? It's on the official. The official didn't get it. Jeremy Stevens got the and why Josh Emmett's it looked like there were a couple and an illegal knee in that finishing sequence.
Well, if Josh Emmett to be a talk to Dan Mergliotta after the fact, but hard to take any shine off of the 28-time UFC veteran Jeremy Stephens with his 19th career knockout here tonight. All right, with that, for Daniel Cormier, I am John Anik. The night belongs to Jeremy Stephens. And what a way to close the show in Orlando. We now send it back to the desk. Kurt Menefee is standing by. Kurt, take it away.
All right, thanks a lot, John. In DC, I'm with Dominic Cruz and Michael Bisping, and we went from a thrilling, exciting finish to now a controversial finish. The question is, was that an illegal knee? The replay seems to show that it was, but as Dominic, DC pointed out, that's on the referee to call. Did you think, even though he's your teammate, that was an illegal knee?
Well, I mean, you can look at the replay itself and just make the decision, because that's the judge's call to do that.
Cruz ain't gonna say it because that's his teammate. Bullshit, Cruz. I like you too, but come on. Don't pretend it didn't happen. This should be a no contest. Bullshit.
Still, the fight continued. Josh Emmett got knocked out, so therefore, you know, there's no argument. Jeremy Stephens is the winner.
I don't see what people are arguing about right now. I just don't.
You know, I think everybody takes a look at this replay, and keep in mind, they've adopted the new MMA rules here, the unified rules in the state of Florida, but there's no replay in it. So we can see this at home, and whether you think there was an illegal knee or not, it does not matter. They can't go back to the tape and change that, and the referee inside the ring decided not to call it.
And honestly, I think that we should be allowed to use replay. I mean, I don't know why they don't use it and let the judges see the scorecards and things like this. And the rules are just, they still need to be teed up perfectly, I think, and I think there's time for that. But the elbows could have been partially illegal. I think the elbows might have been more illegal than the knee, because the knee missed. But the elbows, he was landing them in the middle of it, and that's the judge's, or that's the ref's job to keep that from happening.
I think the elbows were definitely illegal. That there looks to me like it didn't connect. Josh Emmett's head did not react to a blow. That certainly connects. That was legal. Now he goes down. Stephens flies in the air. Beautiful finish. Absolutely fantastic. 2 elbows to the face. Unlucky Josh Emmett. I told you there was going to be a knockout. I guaranteed there was going to be a knockout. Pay me my money, Dominic.
Oh, I mean, one of these guys is going to get hurt. Come on.
Well, I think if you look at that fight, the way it was finished, look, you don't know how every second's going to play out. But there was still 3.5 minutes left in that round. He had definitely stunned Josh Emmett, and it looks like it was going to be a finish one way or another in favor of Jeremy Stephens.
Well, it looked to me like Josh Emmett was getting a little too confident. He knocked him down inside the first round, and he said, "You're going back down in just a second." And he was rushing him, and I was thinking, wow, that's dangerous. Jeremy Stephens can knock you out, and of course, he paid the price.
Eric Del Piero made the good adjustment, and that's from working with them for so long. He knows you got to calm Jeremy down sometimes. Jeremy wants to.
Oh, man. It was a good fight, but it's got a stain on it to me. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth. The ref failed to do his job. The commission don't have replays, so the right decision didn't get made.
Here's the elbows right here. Let's take a look at these. One, side of the head, side of the head.
Back. Back. Back of his neck, head. He pulls down. No one's blaming Stephens. Quit protecting your boy. Oh. What? You don't think anything? He's down. He grabs the back of his head and goes to... Even if he didn't land the knee, the ref's job should be to stop it and give him a warning. Or, like, how many fights have we seen get stopped? No contest. No. He shouldn't get a title shot off this. Sorry.
Next week, though, the UFC's loaded 2018 schedule heads back home to Las Vegas, where the most dominant women's fighter meets a fellow champion with an eye on making history herself.
I was about to say, please turn it off. I'm turning it off. I like Cruz, I like Stephens, but to sit here and defend and protect him and show you're biased, they were illegal. The ref didn't do his job. I get that in the moment, Stephens, you know, it's in the moment you can make mistakes and it's not really his fault, but whether intention behind it was meant, like if he had if he had the intent to cheat or not is irrelevant because the moves were illegal. So just even talking about that is irrelevant. It doesn't matter what his intent behind it. It don't matter if it's a mistake. It's illegal. That I got a little fired up when I'm sitting here listening to the commentators kind of dance around it, walking on eggshells. He did illegal moves. The ref didn't do his job. To me, this win has a stain on it because it should be a no contest, but it's not. If I'm Josh Emmett, I would look to have the fight overturned, but most likely it's not going to happen because the ref didn't do his job. They don't have replays, which is stupid. This is how mistakes happen, by not being able to, like, why is it that the crowd, the announcers, the audience, everyone else can watch replays and see what's the right decision to make, but the refs, the judges, the commission don't? It just seems like a huge failure on protecting the fighter and also their record. You know, this is his record, which is huge. Not only your record, but I mean, this is a big mess up. The only thing I can say is now that every state commission should have replays. They should have replays and use them. So even though the ref called a stop to the fight to strikes and ruled Jeremy Stephens the winner, judges should have been able to look at the replay, seen the illegal blows, overturn the ref's bad call, and make the right decision. But instead, he walks away with a win. Anyways, other than that, so Latifi most likely fight Volkan, since people are saying he won't fight Gus because they train together. I think Andrade fights the winner of Rose and JJ, and I don't think Stephens should be rewarded a title shot when he did illegal moves in a fight that really shouldn't even been a win. It should be a no contest. That's what I think about the fights. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. From now on, though, so previously I did the entire card streaming, and it was like 5 hours. It was way too long. This stream was, let's see, let me pull it up real quick. This stream was a little over 2 hours. Not bad. I feel like people are big fans of the fights. You'd be more inclined to watch this, especially since I'm showing pictures of the fights. You could scroll and find which fight you want to hear my commentating on. So to be doing the bank cards makes more sense. I like this format. It went by a lot quicker than 5 hours. So I'm most likely going to keep doing this format. But let me know in the comments below, what do y'all think? Do y'all agree commissions need to start using replay, especially when refs make bad decisions? Like, we can't just be like, oh, well, you know, the ref he made this decision, and even though we have replays, the announcers, the audience, everyone else knows that it's the wrong call. Like, we should have the power to overturn bad decisions. So fights like that would be no contest instead of wins. Anyways, see y'all next time.